Yeah, hi Hannah. Looking at your document, a couple things. I'm going to turn on show hide when I look at these, and I'll look to see if we have, for example, if I come down to your January, we should have a tab stop here. We shouldn't be using our left indent. So what I need to do here is I need to drag this over to what I call the hourglass, if you will. And then I'm going to grab the bottom part, the left indent, and I'm going to drag this all the way back over to the left side here. With that, I'm just going to get rid of this tab so far. Go over to your 4-inch part of the ruler and click once. That puts in a left tab stop at 4-inch. Now I'm just going to tab over once and it takes me right to that tab stop. While I'm on the topic of tab stops, I see that you have 2 tab stops here. You should only have 1. If I backspace this should also be at the 4-inch. But I'm looking at about 4 1/8 or so here. You can always click and drag this back. Alright, that all wants to be at a nice 4-inch. I'm going to do that to these as well. And so I can highlight both of these, if you will, and then drag this tab stop back to 4 inches. And so that way we have a nice line here at 4 inches. Looking at our paragraph here, I definitely see that we are almost off the page. Let's take a look at this here. This is a right indent, and you're almost off the page with that. You want to bring that back to this location here, about 7 inches. Same thing here with this paragraph. I just need to click somewhere in the paragraph, grab my right indent, and bring that back to this location right here. Now I'm also looking at our bulleted points. Why don't we turn off show hide for this, and I can click in our bulleted points, and here I need to highlight all 3 of these. And now I'm going to grab my hourglass and I am going to drag this in, oh I don't know, 1/2 inch or so, something like that, because your bulleted points do need to be indented a little bit. So things are looking pretty good. Our things are lining up here and here. One thing about our table though is these should not be bold like activity. These should all be bold like activity. So I'm going to highlight boot setup, and this is called Format Painter. It's going to paint or choose the format that is highlighted. So when I click this, it's actually taking on this format. So I can click this, and I'm going to then drag my little paintbrush. See how it turns into a paintbrush there? Drag this through these 3 items in the column, and now I'm going to click off up here. Those are not bolded anymore. I may have to adjust this a little bit so I can see the end. I can't see the end right down there. But then I want these to take on this format. So I'm going to highlight activity, choose my format painter, and then highlight through this row here. And it should, well, let's try that again. Maybe I messed that up. Let's try my format painter. And let's go ahead and highlight maybe event dates. Alright, cool. That took on that format. Let's try one more time, 2 times. And now you can see that moved it to the left because it followed that format. And all we need to do here is center that. That'd be great. Now, one thing that's really interesting to me is, yes, these all need to be centered, which you have centered. However, if I try to adjust this in, well, let's try that again. Try to adjust this in, it's going over your PMs and stuff. So maybe what I need to do is adjust this. Well, I want all of them, so let's try to get this here. And you can see that's doing that as well. That's something I really haven't seen before, so it kind of throws me off. So you know what, we're going to leave this just the way it is. But again, this should be kind of centered here without so much space right here. So maybe if you knew of a technique that maybe you did to cause this, I do see that these items are centered, which is good, but I'm just not sure why it's doing what it's doing there. But let's go ahead and take care of some of those things that I ran over with you, things that I'll be looking for, and there you are. I hope this helps out. Have a great day.